Hello children, today we are going to continue with a lesson working of constitution. So last class we studied about various programs or various objectives of constitution, that is social justice and equality, efforts to reduce inequality was that, policy of reservation of seats was there, the Scheduled Caste and Tribe Act, Prevention of Atrocity Act was there. Now today we'll see provision for minorities. In your 9th standard, you have studied that minorities people, the population in our country, those particular section of the people, those population is very less compared to the large mainstream in our country. So there, for the development of those minority group of people, certain provisions are given in our constitution. Understood? For the minorities, various policies are implemented in education and employment. The constitution has prohibited any form of discrimination on the basis of caste, race, religion, language and region. For the protection of rights of minority, the constitution has adopted various measures like equality, freedom, right against exploitation, cultural as well as educational right. So these minorities group of people, they will enjoy the various provisions which are given in constitution, which are implemented by government in order to have social justice and equality in the society. Ultimately, we want to have development in our country. So unless we develop these minorities, this group of people, we cannot develop the whole country. So together we have to develop. Sabka Vikas, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So this is the motto of our government. So we need to develop everybody, every sector of the society. So this provision for minorities which is there in our constitution. So various several provisions are given for the minorities. Now last year also we studied about laws for women. We have studied empowerment in the lesson in our 9th standard, if you remember. Empowerment of women, so many laws related to women and provision for representation was there. Remember, Dowry Prohibition Act, Sati Pratha Act, so many acts were there in order to develop the women in the society. So several policies have been adopted in the post-independence era for empowering women. Provisions were made in the constitution to provide opportunities for progress. Already we know that there is 50% reservation of seats in our political in our Maharashtra political scene. So this type of provision which is there for the development of women. Many laws were passed to empowerment them. They are right to have equal share in the properties of father and husband. So right to have equal share. Dowry Prohibition Act, Act Against Sexual Harassment, Domestic Violence Prohibition Act. So these type of thing it is actually implement to develop women in the society. Now see, a representation of women. In the 73rd and 74th amendment in our constitution, which was there, which was given that 33% seats for women in local self-governing bodies. The 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment reserved 33% seats for women in local self-governing bodies. This reservation has been increased to 50% in Maharashtra. See, already you know that Maharashtra 50% seats are reserved, and many other states. For mitigating injustice meted out to women, National Commission for Women has been established. Similarly, commission were set up in the state level also. National Commission for Women, its headquarters in Delhi. The Domestic Violence Prohibition Act underlined the need to protect the prestige and self-esteem of women. So this is very important, that Domestic Violence Prohibition Act. Remember, we have studied about Anti-Liquor Act, which was there in Telangana, when the group of women that took over the charge to save the village. So this type of thing, it happened because government was looking after for the development of the women. So it is very important that representation of women should be there in political scenario also. it rejected any form of dominance and authoritarianism. In human practices were banned. In human practices, remember, inhuman practices were banned by law and traditional dominance was refuted, which gave momentum to women liberation movement. See, inhuman practices, remember Dowry Act, Sati Pratha Act, where women were subjected to violence. They were forced to, the people for the dowry, if the women is not bringing in type of money, gold, jewelries, they were subjected to have domestic violence. And in that case, so many women, they were facing this type of violence. So Sati Pratha also, it was also banned. And now after this act was given, many women, they got chance to represent in Lok Sabha or in Parliament House. So here one chart is given in your lesson. Here we can see according to the year, the percentage of participation of women as MPs. See, you can see as year passes, it is increasing day by day. And what will be the another cause we can say? Education and women empowerment and the awareness of the women in the society, and this type of thing it happen, and naturally if it will be there, the society will develop. So some amendment to Constitution of India, 26th Amendment 1971, abolished the title and special privileges given to royal family. So certain other amendments were also there in order to develop, in order to abolish the inequality in the society. Now, role of judiciary, justice, it is very important. So, role of judiciary, which is another objective of democracy. The judiciary in India has played a very important role in strengthening democracy and helping to make towards achieving the objective of social justice and equality. The power has been entrusted to Parliament to make changes in Constitution as per the changing conditions. See why amendments are there. Why the Constitution is doing amendment with every interval, for 2 or 3 years there is amendment according to the need of people. See, time is not same. Before independence, during the year 1947, what was the need of the people, and now the time has changed. So there is provision in Constitution that the rules and the policies, the various acts can be changed according to the need of the people. So changes were made with the several amendments as per need. This has made Constitution dynamic and a living document instead of being a rigid one. So why the one very important line, underline this line, the Constitution is a dynamic and a living document. That means it can be changed according to the need of the people. Dynamic, that means subjected to change. It is not rigid one. That what the people they were following since 1947 and the people living in 2020 should follow that. No, this can be changed. So our Constitution is a living document. It is a dynamic. It can be changed according to the needs of the people. So judiciary is very important. The basic framework of the Constitution. Constitution dynamic, already told you. It is a living document. This paragraph is very important. Read it very carefully while reading your lesson. The Constitution has to change according to changing condition, and the Parliament has a power to make those changes. So Parliament is having that power to amend those changes in Constitution. The judiciary has accepted this power of Parliament to make changes in Constitution, but at the same time specified the limitation on this power. So limitations are also there. It cannot do anything on its own. So many conditions are applied on that. The judiciary has taken a stand that the Parliament, while amending the Constitution, cannot alter the basic structure of Constitution. So basic structure is the same. Within that framework, the amendment should be done. We cannot change the rules, the basic rules of that Constitution, but amendment should be done according to the need, living with that that framework. Understood? So the basic structure of Constitution generally includes various provisions. So this is very important. It can come for your concept map, underline that, this yellow box, republic and democratic form of government, federal structure of constitution, promotion of unity and integrity of nation, sovereignty of nation, secularism, supremacy of constitution.